اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك.
National Hajj Commission has made the necessary for your comfort.
The preparation is very good.
I'm very happy, extremely happy, because this is my first time.
And I prepare to follow the rules and regulations given to me.
اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك له. لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك لبيك والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu. I am Rashida Abubakar, your regular anchor. Once again, glad to have you on the program as you answer the call. Educating pilgrims on do's and don'ts before departing to Saudi Arabia for the Hajj is an exercise taken seriously by the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, and other stakeholders. In our Spotlight segment tonight, we shall be talking to an aviation expert on some aspects of the Pilgrim's Enlightenment Program as a prerequisite for the journey to the Holy Land. Also in the program is Making the Hajj, and the discussion tonight is still on preparation for Hajj. Still in the package, we have other regular segments such as NAHCON News Diary, which highlight the activities of NAHCON and other stakeholders in the Hajj industry. The quiz segment will also come up in the course of the program. Stay with us.
لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك.
Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. As usual, we'll begin the program with the News Diary. Keep watching.
Appending their signatures on these documents, officials of the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, and Fly NAS, a Saudi-based airline, have sealed agreements for the airlifting of Nigerian pilgrims beginning on the 21st of this month in Abuja. The signing of the agreement took place at the conference hall of the Hajj House. The signing of similar agreements with other approved indigenous airliners was suspended due to the crisis in Sudan.
Of course, the reason why this is delayed is because of the Sudan crisis. We're told that the Sudan airspace has been shut down. It means that the airlines will have to go through another route, which from all indication is longer than passing through Sudan. We're hopeful that the Sudan conflict will abate, and if it does, it means that we go back to where we are. We have planned our agreement prior to the Sudan crisis, and we know that as we speak that there is ceasefire in Sudan. For how long that will take place, we don't know. We keep on working on the understanding that the ceasefire will hold, or the war itself will come to an end, so that the pilgrims from all over this part of the world, not just Nigeria, will be able to travel safely to Saudi Arabia.
Among the five is a Saudi accredited carrier. They are here with us under a subsisting bilateral air service agreement. And therefore, their position is distinct in the arrangement, different from the other Nigerian registered airlines. We had discussion with them, and they are conscious of their diplomatic status. They listened to us, and they cooperated with us, and they went ahead. They signed our airlift agreement. They are not in any way trying to betray their colleagues from Nigeria. They are conscious of their diplomatic position. they are different from Nigerian registered airlines. The Nigerian registered airlines are reluctant to sign the agreement, not because they don't like the business, not because they are greedy. They are trying to be realistic.
NAHCON management is scheduled to deliberate with the Nigerian airliners on Tuesday the 9th to find a solution to the problem. The airliners are Max Air, Asman Air, Air Peace and Aero Contractor. Still on Hajj preparations, NAHCON chairman Alhaji Zikirullah Kulli Hassan has inaugurated the 2023 Hajj Central Security Committee. While unveiling the committee, the NAHCON boss reiterated the importance of security during the Hajj exercise, particularly in ensuring the safety of pilgrims.
The terms of reference are as follows: intelligence gathering on the activities of pilgrims at both onshore and offshore operational points in order to detect any action capable of tarnishing the image of the country. Timely detection of corrupt activities of Hajj managers, as well as taking appropriate action to guard against reoccurrence. Proactive actions to prevent any breach of security at various departure centers, Hajj camps, and any other areas where pilgrims are gathered through proper liaison with state commands of the various security organizations and the Pilgrim Welfare Board, agencies, commissions. To conduct public opinion survey among the pilgrims on all aspects of welfare, feeding, accommodation, transportation, payment of BTA, etc. during offshore and onshore operations.
The committee, which will be headed by Ambassador Ahmed Mungunu, has its membership drawn from various security agencies.
We are also going to be deeply involved in the sensitization programs onshore, and I will urge each of these members who are going to the various departure points to be part of these sensitization programs. Take time to brief pilgrims about the nature of law and law enforcement over there.
Other top NAHCON management staff who spoke at the occasion called for synergy among the various security agencies in order to discharge their duties diligently.
لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك.
Alhamdulillah, if you are just tuning in, the program is As You Answer the Call, sponsored by the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, to keep you informed about the activities of the Commission and other Hajj-related matters. As part of efforts to have smooth airlift of pilgrims, the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, has over the years been educating pilgrims on the rules and regulations guiding international travels. What are these rules and their impact on the airlift exercise? Answers to these and other questions in our next segment, Spotlight. Stay tuned.
لبيك لبيك اللهم لبيك 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 اللهم لبيك 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 اللهم لبيك.
Before departing to Saudi Arabia for the Hajj, Nigerian pilgrims are taken through various enlightenment programs on Hajj rights and civic duties. On civic responsibilities, intending pilgrims are taught to be cautious of all the rules and regulations guiding international travels. With the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, set to commence the airlift of pilgrims to Saudi Arabia on the 21st of this month, the Commission has proposed 16 airports for the Hajj operation. Engineer Goni Sanda is the head of aviation at NAHCON. He explains further.
And those 16 airports, we have already sent the list to the Nigeria Civil Aviation Authority. We are waiting to get the approval from the Nigeria Civil Aviation Authority. As soon as they conduct the inspection exercise, they will now inform us that out of the 16, these are the airports that are fit for the Hajj operation.
How pilgrims abide by airports' rules and regulations is crucial to the success of airlift operations. Very central to all of this is arrival time at the airport when pilgrims are called. Keeping to time allows for proper screening so as to prevent pilgrims from carrying prohibited items such as gaseous materials, inflammable items, sharp objects, insecticides, lighter or match boxes, cola nuts, and drugs.
The most important aspect is for the intended pilgrims to be law-abiding citizens. Once they are called upon to report to the airport, they are expected to report at the appropriate time. Because this airlift, the air carriers, they have schedule. So but when they finish operating in point A, they move to point B. Most of the time you see those people in point B will be complaining that we are at the airport waiting for the aircraft. Up to now the aircraft has not come. But unknown to them that the aircraft maybe was delayed at point A because some pilgrims maybe come to the airport with contraband items, or some will come to the airport with dangerous goods. Some come to the airport with inappropriate documentation. Some report to the airport lately. So all this will compound and the aircraft will be delayed.
What then is the implication of pilgrims not arriving at airports early?
If the aircraft is delayed at point A, the implication is that the airline, when they land in Saudi Arabia, if they delay for 1, 2, 3 hours, they will be fined. They pay heavy fine. And also, the pilgrims at point B will be delayed because everything is calculated. The aircraft will take off here, maybe take 5 hours to reach Jeddah airport, to have 2 hours on ground, and another 5 hours back to Nigeria. So if it's delayed in Nigeria, when it comes to point B, it will also be delayed. So therefore, I'm calling on all the intended pilgrims to be law-abiding citizens.
Similarly, pilgrims must come to the airport with all the necessary documents that will facilitate their travel.
First of all, they have to ensure that their documentation are intact. For example, they have to make sure that they have their passport with them. They have the passport, also visa, because this time around the visa is in paper. It's a paper visa, unlike in those days where the passport is a kind of sticker. The visa is a kind of sticker in the passport, but this time around it's a paper. You can easily lose it. So the pilgrims are expected to ensure that they have a checklist for coming to the airport: the passport, the visa, the yellow card, the ticket, the e-ticket, and the boarding pass. These are the things that they have to handle it with care, and also their BTA.
Government agencies associated with international trips are always on hand to ensure that Nigerian pilgrims are properly screened before undertaking the Hajj journey.
All those agencies, they are there to ensure the safety of the operation. They are not there to waste their time, or like, for example, the customs are there to make sure that you don't go with anything that is contraband. Or the NDLA, they are there to make sure that there is any drug or anything that is prohibited. So also the immigration, they are there to facilitate the airport security. They are, if you see them searching everybody, they are just doing their job to make sure that everything is safe.
NAHCON also warns against the practice of unsuspecting pilgrims accepting to watch over the belongings of fellow travelers before and after going on board.
The rule of the airport is that when you come to the airport, don't collect anybody's bag. So at the airport, you have to be responsible for your bag. If you are trying to help somebody and it happens that there is a prohibited item in the bag, you will be held responsible, not the other person. So if in a situation whereby there is need to help somebody, then you have to inform the agencies at the airport that, okay, so person needs help. There are agencies there that are charged with such a responsibility. They are going to help the pilgrim, but you on your own, you are not expected to, carry anybody's baggage, because there are bad elements that can put some contraband items in the bag.
Very central to the success of Hajj operations is the effective management of pilgrims' 32 kilogram and 8 kilogram luggage. NAHCON and state officials have taken measures through enlightenment programs to ensure that pilgrims comply with the luggage requirements.
The 32 kg check-in luggage, the check-in is done while you are in Mecca. The airline will come to the building where you are accommodated, then they weigh the 32 kg, and if you have anything in excess, there are approved companies by the Hajj Commission that will now weigh that one, and then they charge you. But the 32 kg is free. Then also, if you are going to the airport, you are not allowed to go to the airport with multiple hand luggage. You have to go with only one piece of hand luggage.
On Zamzam water, NAHCON ensures that a 5-liter Zamzam water is provided each pilgrim on arrival back in Nigeria at the different departure and arrival centers. In all, NAHCON and its aviation-related stakeholders are working assiduously to facilitate the provision of facilities at the various airports to be used to ensure that pilgrims are comfortable during Hajj operations.
لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك.
MashaAllah. Coming up next is Making the Hajj. Tonight, Imam Tajuddin Bello Adigu takes us through discussions on the conditions associated with Hajj. Let's hear him.
لبيك لبيك اللهم لبيك 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 اللهم لبيك.
To embark on Hajj, intending pilgrims have to fulfill certain conditions as laid down by Islam. These conditions include, among others, being a Muslim and have attained the age of puberty, to be of sound mind, have means to undertake the journey, and being physically fit to perform the rites of Hajj.
Sure, all your financial responsibilities are cleared.
On Making the Hajj tonight, Imam Tajuddin Muhammad Bello Adigun explains these conditions.
Well, among the conditions that makes Hajj to be acceptable is for one to be a Muslim. There is no compulsion on a non-Muslim to go on Hajj. It is only a Muslim that is entitled to perform the ritual of Hajj.
Being in a state of maturity or adulthood, as well as mentally stable, are other conditions for those interested in performing the Hajj.
Secondly, is on those who actually are sane, those who are having senses, not somebody mentally affected. A mad person has no Hajj. It is only those who are sane that should go on Hajj. One must be matured too. Maturity here. But if a child less than the age of maturity will go to Hajj, yes, Rasulullah Sallallahu recommended it, he's going to have the reward, but he did not discharge the real Hajj that actually Allah made compulsory on him. He's going to be given reward, and the mother or the father who took him there will have the reward, but that does not make that child to could have done his real Hajj. After maturity, there is a Hajj that he or she actually must perform.
Furthermore, persons suffering from terminal ailments are not allowed to perform the Hajj. Also, an individual will also have to meet all the financial expenses required before embarking on Hajj.
It must be on somebody actually who is a healthy, somebody who is not healthy, who is affected with any kind of sickness, whether coronavirus or any other vices or any other sickness that will make him not to be able to perform Hajj, then Hajj is not compulsory on him. It's a condition that you will be healthy. Also, it's a condition that you must have the ability financially. If you are matured, you are a Muslim, you are not affected, you are strong, but you don't have the money. Islam did not say you should go and steal. If you go and steal either government money or any other money from anybody, that Hajj actually is not accepted. It should be from actually a legal source.
One important condition associated with women is the need for them to have a mahram or guardian to accompany them for the Hajj.
A mahram is somebody who is related to her or who is her husband. Her husband, if she's married, in fact, is the key mahram that should accompany her on Hajj. Where that is not actually possible, her father can be her mahram. Her son, who is matured, can be her mahram. Her senior brother, consanguine or germine, that is half brother or full brother, even from the same mother, can act as her mahram. Somebody actually who by Islamic teaching cannot marry her and is matured and related to her, in the simple definition of her mahram, except of course her husband, which we have identified earlier. Now, this is a condition as far as Islam is concerned. Even though there are scholars who have softened it to be a group of individuals coming, of women. For instance, if women are coming from Abuja and there are about 1,000 women and they are going to be in the same group, that group can survive the position of mahram where the mahram is not to be there. And I think actually that is okay Islamically and is acceptable.
Acquiring knowledge on how to perform the Hajj is another condition intending pilgrims are required to fulfill. In addition to these, Imam Tajuddin stressed the need for intending pilgrims to engage themselves in exercises in order to be physically fit to stand the rigors of the Hajj.
Now it's time to know the winner of last week's quiz and the question for this week. Good luck.
لبيك لبيك اللهم لبيك.
Welcome to the quiz segment. The question in the last episode was, name any two Hajj rules peculiar to women. The correct answer is, having a muharram, allowed to wear cloth of any color or ihram. The winner is Kauthar Suleiman from Kogi State. She provided the answer ahead of others. Kauthar Suleiman will be contacted on how NAHCON will reach her with the prize she won. A quiz winner will get 25,000 Naira cash prize. This is part of NAHCON's efforts in social investment in Nigeria. Now to the quiz for this week. And the question is, list 3 conditions to be fulfilled before an intending pilgrim embarks on Hajj. Again, list 3 conditions to be fulfilled before an intending pilgrim embarks on Hajj. Text your answer to the numbers showing on your screen. The winner will be the first person whose correct answer is received. All answers should carry the name and location of sender. Good luck and happy viewing.
Once again, good luck to you. Up next are your messages.
لبيك لبيك اللهم لبيك.
Rabia Adamu from Kebbi State sent in the message. It reads, Assalamu alaikum. Kudos to NAHCON Chairman Alhaji Zikrullah Kule Hassan and the entire staff of the Commission for their tireless work to enlighten the Ummah on Hajj and Umrah. I also appreciate NAHCON for introducing various projects for the development of the Hajj and Umrah industry.
This is where we draw the curtain on today's program. See you same time next week with another edition of the program. But before we go, remember that you can send your messages, comments, observations and questions through our mobile phone number and other social media platforms. Thanks for watching. Ma'assalam.
لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا